Fox, what are you teaching today?
I'll tell you what I'm teaching. How to kick ass.
Can you teach me how to heal a broken heart?
No, I don't think so. But I can teach you how to kick ass. What's up, guys? We're running out of material. What's going on? It's I don't even know what day it is today, but I know it is a good day for Roll with the Fox episode 282. Don't even say it. So guys, we had a very interesting question of yesterday's YouTube video. And the question was something to the effect, what are your feelings about the arm lock from the side, from top of side control, where you're grabbing the leg? Is that sort of the preferred 10th plan? I forget how the question exactly went. What was the question exactly?
Like trends and 10th planet, like that's how they do it.
Oh, okay. I think it's got a lot to do with sort of the EBI overtime rules. But the principle that we're gonna look at it two different ways. All right, we're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at it from a dynamic setting where I'm, spinning around to take the arm lock from the top across side, or side mount as some of you know it. And then we're going to take it more from a stationary position, sort of EBI overtime rules, where you're already there and the guy is going to defend. So let's look at it first from a dynamic standpoint, and I will explain what I mean. So I'm on top of cross-side Enrique. I start to take his arm, and I spin around. With the gi, I would grab the gi. Without the gi, I would go under. Okay? So I'm going to keep it for now on the same side. So, guys, let me ask you a question, because some of you have watched this. It's today 82, right? 82 out of 82 episodes. So I'm curious to see if you guys think I'm a fan. What's the opposite of a fan?
A hater?
Hater sounds a very strong word. I don't hate it, or I'm a fan. Or I hate this kind of strong word. So what say you guys? We have any we give it a few seconds just to see if responses come in.
I guess you could say you're not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan. Yeah, very original. I'm a fan, or I'm not a fan?
Adolfo asked for the question again.
I know it's early in California, so am I a fan of controlling the guy with my free hand? Controlling the leg.
JH and Michael Frazee says, not a fan. And waiting for the other replies.
All right, so let me just show this from the other side a little bit.
Adolfo and Kanai says no. Anthony Tosca says open to using but haven't in the past. Caleb Throop says no. You like having as many free hands as possible.
All right, guys, you've been paying attention for the last 82 days. Excellent. Excellent, Smithers. So I am not a fan. And the reason for that is, the reason for that is I believe it's a lot easier to get out of than the alternatives. All right? Would you care to share your story, or keep it buried.
Oh. My shame.
No, it's
Shit,
not
my
a shame.
So I lost an overtime match. Well, I lost a match in overtime at a tournament because I hugged the leg for too long. Because Fox was there not coaching me.
I was not there.
No.
Yeah, but you should.
That's why I asked you, how do you heal a broken heart?
Oh, is that why your heart is broken? All right, I'll give you the right answer. Hopefully that'll make you feel better. The past is past. So, anyways, guys, let's look at it very logically. Okay. First of all, instead of me trying to stop at the shoulders, I gotta move a little further down to grab the leg. Okay? So, it's a split second more to travel. Okay? Now, the next logical question is, well, Fox, wouldn't you argue that a split second extra time is worth the extra control you get? So, I'd argue that you actually get less control, not more. Straighten out your legs. Where's my weight going? Where's Enrique going? Do you think he has a better chance to defend where he is? Or here? Where do you think he's got a better chance of defending it? Stop struggling. You're giving it away. If you struggle, I will have to put it on. Here or here? Guys, there's a lot of things Enrique can do here.
Ryan D'Souza says when he sits up.
Yes. Guys, very logical. So anytime you reach in for the leg, you think you have extra control. You have control against him spinning out. That's the only thing. Oh, crap. Okay. If I grab the leg, I prevent him from spinning out. That's it. But my weight, especially if I'm caught in this, guys, I'm very comfortable, you know. So I just bring my leg over. Look at the gap I'm creating, or what Enrique did. Am I better off escaping from here? Oh, yeah. All right. So the only thing that it does, grabbing the leg, is prevent him from spinning out. All right? Lay down for me, please. Spin out. Tap, tap, tap. All right, go back then. Grab your arms first. Oh. Spin out. Tap, tap, tap. So, to me, there are way better ways. It's not wrong, guys. It's not wrong. But I think for the trade-off, what you're giving up, which is the heavy weight on his shoulders, on his upper torso, versus preventing the benefit of preventing him from spinning out, I can recreate that benefit easily with other things without giving up sort of the control over the shoulders, over the top torso. So, yes, the long answer is I am not a fan. All right?
A short answer.
Short. No. Yeah. It is a short answer. I just did the long answer before.
Charlie is asking, Can you transition your right hand to your left hand while transitioning to north-south to go for the Jujigatami? So I guess when you pull them up on your side as you're walking, can you switch and then fall back?
No, I wouldn't switch. Anytime, guys, if you don't have to switch, please do not switch anything in jiu-jitsu. Every time you regrip, you risk losing the guy. Anytime you regrip, so anytime I arm lock, there are instances where I will regrip. Very, very limited. Okay? It involves sort of, it's usually from the guard where he has no ability to posture up on me. In which case, if I need the arm closer to his hips to be able to weave under his legs to start off balancing him. That's the only time I will regrip. Generally speaking, whatever grip I have here, I will not regrip. I will keep it, because any guy that's been training for a while, if you regrip, that's the one time they're gonna rip their elbow down. That's the time they're gonna try to retract their elbow, and you might lose them. Especially in Ogi, you're gonna lose them, and you don't want to do that. So anytime I go for this, I can usually control people very, very, very well. We've done the top of side control position so many times that if you go to some of the earlier episodes, you see how it's so easy to have. Literally, you have omoplata, you have the joystick arm lock, you have inverted triangle. So there's a lot of different ways you can nail him literally as soon as he theoretically beats this one submission. But we're talking very specifically, how do I control him from that arm lock? Do I use my free hand for the leg? No, I personally prefer to use it for the arm or to go into joystick grip. First of all, it's a lot faster movement, number one. Number two, I don't have to reach out, and therefore it's much harder for him, to sit up. Anytime somebody sits up, it helps them escape. It creates movement, and just kind of, even with the gi, just kind of retracting their elbow a little bit, they might be gone. The other thing is when you grab somebody's leg, so even though I try to bring the leg over, look how much I have to lean for that. So any guy worth his salt, as soon as they see this coming, they're already going to be spinning. So I may have to reach. Okay? We're going to take it from a stationary position. But if I reach here, Enrique, all he has to do is straighten, even if I connect, just straighten out his leg to off balance me. I don't want to give him that much. I'd rather just keep it away from me. There's other things I could be doing. This being one of them. He's going nowhere. Don't forget, if he's going to hitchhike, he has to let go of that arm. He has to let go. Okay? Do we have other questions on this before we go into the stationary position?
Yes. Richarda says, hello from Lithuania. Good news here. We can train in small groups of 10.
Yes. Congratulations, guys. Best of luck. And I hope we training soon. I got a couple of projects in the works, guys. So I'm putting everything sort of at this point on the back burner until we finish filming, which I committed to do on a daily basis. The only caveat is if I don't break. And as soon as things start to open up, my number one priority is going to be to open my school and get back on the mats with the students, and then I'm going to jump into those projects that I've been working on. But I'm happy to hear that other parts of the world are reopening. I hope there is no spike in cases and that everything continues to calm down, and eventually I'm hoping that it's going to be us too. I'm hoping in a week ago I thought it was going to be a week or two, but I think hopefully soon. Guys, if you're my students, I miss you all. I can't wait to see you on the mats and yell at you in person.
And Dave Jocelyn is asking, which position would you pick in the EBI overtime?
Before we go to that, guys, just so you know, all of your students know, when I yell at you, I care. When I don't yell at you, that's when you should be worried. What's going on? All right, so yeah, that's an interesting question. It depends. If I know my opponent, if I know he's got a tough neck, I'm going to go for the arm lock. Okay? If he's very flexible, then I'm going to go for the choke, for the back position. If he's both, or very scrambly, what I would try to do is probably alternate. If I'm not having success with one, go with the other.
And Ryan D'Souza is asking, when do you prefer to go to Kimura from north-south versus the far side armbar?
That's an excellent question. So when I it depends. Like right now, if I can bring his shoulder closer to me and his elbows start to get exposed, I would probably switch into Kimura. Okay. Also, I'd probably more likely switch to Kimura, no gi versus gi, because I have the scissor choke as a backup plan for the Kimura if it fails, but also he can't hold on as well. All right. So it depends on his arm positioning. So if I can sort of bring his shoulder to me and have his elbow flare out a little bit, chances are I would switch to Kimura. Okay. Now, if his elbow is tighter, I wouldn't regrip, because as I'm regripping, he goes back down. So if I have this grip, I'm not going to regrip. Again, guys, this is a very, very good question. This is, stay down. Don't make me stay. So it's got a lot to do with how he's reacting to that grip. It's a very subtle distinction. Okay? So again, in no-gi, I'm more apt to go for the Kimura, because the scissor choke is a very powerful way to put him back. With the gi, you got a lot of cloth around, so I would still deploy it, but may not have the same success. Also, with the gi, he can hold on a lot tighter, whereas with no gi, he usually, he just clasps his hand. So it's a lot easier for me to separate his grips if it's no gi. But today we're doing gi. So again, when I get that far side, if I can get the shoulder to touch my torso and his elbow to flare out, and I know he's staying on his side, I would switch the grip into Kimura. Okay? If he's kind of fighting the position where I have him having trouble bringing the shoulder forward, and he's kind of fighting to get back flat, I managed to get him kind of almost perpendicular, I would not take a chance on the regrip, because even if so now I can trap. So now I have both choices. So if I see him going back down, I would probably switch into the arm lock. Go ahead, spin. It's okay. No need to hold on to the leg. I hope that answers the question.
And Caleb Throop is asking, where'd it go? Okay. Bottom leg is your bottom leg is across in the EBI overtime rules. Is it not? That should change things a little bit, although your point stands at a variant. So both your legs are over.
Yeah, no, we're good. First we started dynamic, right? Now we're going static. Now again, understand that static is somewhat unrealistic, because you're starting from that point. But I still would not grab the leg. If I grab the leg, he's going to sit up. Okay? So even if I try to bring my knees closer together, he's going to pull his arm out. If I fight to keep him down, all right? So the point that I'm trying to make is in the static position, just straighten out your leg. I don't want to be here. If I'm here, guys, this is how you're going to get broken down. This is how you're going to get broken down. Go ahead, hold on. Hold on, good. If I had to, I might consider switching my grips, or this is how you're gonna get broken down. Okay, so there's multiple ways to break him down. I want to keep him pinned. I'm trying to isolate his arm. I'm not trying to spread my body to cover his whole length of his, unless I had a bigger wingspan. I had a really big wingspan, and maybe, no.
And that falls in line with the next question. I can't read their name. I don't know if it's Russian. It says, hi, Fox, Enrique, and Mike. How do you break the grip if your partner hides his hand under your knee? Kind of like how you just were.
Yeah. All right, switch around because my hamstring is burning. Like this. All right, so I know he's going to try to lift. Okay? So this kind of stops the lift from a little bit. One of two things is going to happen. I'm going to try to go closer to his wrist, line up my body. Yeah, this is going to hurt. Don't be afraid to tap anything.
Tap.
Push my leg off. Stay down. They want to see it again.
What's that Russian name?
I don't even know how to say it.
Starts with a C.
Starts with, let me find it. A B?
B.
Should we put the Celtic alphabet?
Cyrillic.
Same thing.
Celtic and Cyrillic. All right, guys, the remainder of this class, we will talk about geography and history.
Oh, Celtic was the Crusaders thing, so no.
You have to go back to school.
Kanai says Valera. Oh, Valeri. Okay.
Oh, Valeri.
That's what it is.
Okay.
That's so easy Spanish.
Valeri
If you look at it, that's not what
He's
it
been
says.
watching since the beginning.
Yeah.
So, Valeri, does that answer your question?
Waiting for him to reply.
You got, guys, when you're in this position, usually this is a position when most people go for the leg. Because if he spins right away, you're going to have a hard time catching the leg. It's not impossible, but you're going to have a hard time catching the leg. I don't bother with the leg. I used to do it, but I don't bother with it. I think there's better ways to break it down. But anytime you have somebody lock up like this, you have to be ready to put the arm lock on and adjust the angle by adjusting your grip. Because at any point in time, he may decide, okay, I'm not going to be able to hold out much longer. Let it fly. I got a black eye one time like that. Guy let it fly. But he tapped.
He left without an arm.
No, he kept his arm. But that's the point. You gotta, sometimes when the guy locks up, and if you are good at breaking him down, which I am, at some point he's gonna be, oh, this is gonna go. So I'm gonna let it go on my terms. So he lets it fly, so he can start twisting around. So you have to be ready to adjust your grip to change the angle on a moment's split-second notice.
Adolfo is asking, what are your thoughts on the pants grip?
Same. That's why we're doing it in the gi today. Well, we're doing it because the question was asked yesterday. Plus, we're doing the gi. It doesn't matter. It's the same. I hate to just kind of get into this. Normally, I just, guys, again, I've said this from the very beginning. When I demonstrate a move, I don't try to just like get in like this. I actually like to spin into it. Because how many times, unless you're an EBI, when are you ever going to do, or an EBI rules tournament, whenever you're going to get into this position by stepping over like that? Never. So I always like to spin into it, but he's in the correct position. So the pant leg is the same. Straighten out your leg. I'm trying to bring his leg back to me, but somebody's leg is stronger than you are. Well, maybe some people not. Most people, the legs are going to be. So if I'm holding on, if I'm pulling in, don't get me wrong, guys. There are times when I'm going to grab the leg. This is a good trivia question. I have covered it. Can anybody tell me when that time is? This might take some time. So in the meantime, I'm going to continue to break Enrique's grip unless you guys come up with an answer. Somebody save Enrique, guys, please.
Have you lost weight?
Yes, I did. How does that make you feel?
Allowed Sapir says armbar on the stomach.
I'll give you guys another few seconds. Do we have any other questions on this in the meantime?
Yes. Anand is asking, I have a friend who's always ripping my arm from that position with force during the rear naked choke defense. What should I do in that position?
Say it again, Mike. So read the question again.
That he goes for the rear naked choke defense, grabbing behind the knee, and his partner always rips his arm out. So he's kind of getting caught in that position over and over.
Yeah, I don't know how big you are, Elad, but that's...
Anand.
Huh?
Anand.
Oh, Anand? Anand said it? Okay,
Yes.
Anand. I thought it was Elad. Israel, India, I got confused. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, I know my geography. So Anand, you're not a big guy. I don't hold. The only time I hold is to buy myself time. Understand that unless you're really, really strong, you're not going to be able to hold out forever, because if the guy knows what he's doing, he's using his core to pull apart the hands. So it will come out. So again, it's a generally speaking, not sustainable defense. You have to use that grip to do something. So I don't use this grip a lot. I will. So 1 minute left. Oh crap. So if I do this, guys, I don't just hold, because he will even if Enrique was all right. So what I do, especially grab my leg. Yeah, this is actually easy. This helps me. All right, he doesn't hold my leg. This is a little bit more work. I have to arch and drop. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to create. Okay, you're still not out of the woods because he can still, if he gets a good angle, he can still extend. But now his hips are crushed, so he can only extend in one direction. So you can manage the angles. But you cannot just hold on and hope that he gets tired and goes home. You have to, if you hold, you have to have a viable long-term defense, which is to change the position to allow you to retract your arm. So again, when you guys get in trouble, I'd rather you try to do it with the right guys. Don't just kind of do it with some a-hole that's gonna, when your arm comes out, he's gonna put full bore into it and you're screaming. Do it with a friend of yours that's gonna take it in a more measured way. So when it flies, you try to create. Did I create the angle? Okay, I didn't, but I think I'm on the right track. But this is the answer. Do we have answer to the trivia?
Yeah, so lots of peers specified when you do the upside down arm lock from split guard and the opponent rolls and you hook the leg.
Oh man, I think that warrants student of the month on this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of the season.
Not the season. We might have to have a poll. I will not choose the student of the season.
Student of the season.
No, you guys choose the student of the season. There's a couple guys that have really paid a lot of attention. But yes,
True.
that is exactly right. That is the one time. I know there may be other times, but in the guard I will underhook, but that's to off balance him. What I'm trying to do is the risk is not that he's going to come up. The risk is that as soon as he lands, he plants. So I remove the ability for him to plant. So this is the so he's in split guard. He turns far away. I invert arm lock, and as he rolls, in a lot of pain, because right now he's not. What I'm trying to do is slow him down. This is the one time, and not just this, but I have a different grip, guys, too. Okay. Yes, that is the one time that I will grab. I'm sure that I never say never, but this is the one where I will grab it on a consistent basis. Excellent. And we're out of time, guys. So we'll see you tomorrow for episode 83. Don't say season. Episode 83, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Guys, you would think I'd get this down like without fail, right? But guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Stay well, stay safe, and be nice.
Like, share,
tag, and all this other good stuff too.